Oh man, it's 5:21 p.m. Oh, I forgot my watch. Always do that. 5:21 p.m. and I'm driving to my fiance's. From my parents, I've just spent the afternoon there. I was on a few back-to-back calls. I had a call with this guy in America, this young guy who's in the School of Mentors. He's like he works for them, so he's a member inductee or something. He does these live call introductions when new members join. So I was talking to him. He had there's this concept called being a go-giver. I think it's something that James Dumoulin started in the community, and basically what it is the idea of giving without expecting anything in return. And this guy, his name's Michael, this young guy, he created a go-giver guide, and each week he would send us a guide. So week 1 he sent us part 1, second week he sent the next one, and he's done it for the past 3 or 4 weeks. And then the intention was that each guide had practical tips on how to be a go-giver, and also how to make the most of your investment. So if you spend any amount of money in these courses, programs and whatnot, sometimes it's very easy to not make the most of your investment. So he provided various things that you could do to make the most and get the most out of the investment. So for example, with the first guide, he had 2 main recommendations. The first one was to dedicate 5 minutes of your day to watching one video, and then he gave an example. And then the second was to spend 5 minutes posting, either publishing your own post or commenting on someone else's post. And then he said all this is 10 minutes a day, and you can watch a video, you can interact with the community, and all you need to do is put 10 minutes in every day. And if you do that, you'll get some value out of it. Obviously, mileage varies depending on how much time you can put aside. If you can dedicate more than that, that's great. But it was like a starting point. So who doesn't have 5 minutes? When you pay whatever it is, a couple $100, who doesn't have 5 minutes a day? You could do 10, 15, half an hour. Basically, the more time you invest, the more you get out of it. The more videos you watch, the more you learn, the more courses you can do, the more time you can spend interacting with the community, etc., etc. Build relationships, increase your network, increase your profile. So I had a chat with him, and I said, because his guide is like a PDF document, and it's just full of text, and it's all of it's in bold, and there's lots of stuff going on, different colors. So I used my Toastmasters skills, and I provided him some feedback. I said to him, bro, the content is good, content's not an issue. The presentation is where it falls short. And I basically did a very quick mock-up, and maybe I'll put it on the screen as an example. But I set it up by explaining to him my experience around being a visual person, 2, being a technical writer and paying attention to how you phrase things, and 3, being a design-based person with user experience design and all of this stuff, building websites, pages. I have an eye for detail, and I use the Gestalt principles to kind of help with that. I explained what it is to him because he didn't know what it was. And then I just kind of simplified everything for him, and I said it's kind of like when you go to Toastmasters, you learn how to communicate, you learn how to build confidence, you learn the importance of pausing to amplify your message, you learn the importance of vocal variety, all of this stuff. And I said the problem with the way that he's done it is that how do I explain this? There's not enough contrast. So, you know, if all of the words are bold on the page, then none of them are important. You know, if you've got text on the screen and then you're talking to the text and you're basically reading off the slide, I said that's death by PowerPoint. And I told him to Google it, watch a video, it'll explain it. And I said, bro, like, a visual aid should be that, an aid. Shouldn't replace the presentation. You are the presentation. The visual aid should literally just be like a picture, maybe a couple of words, that's it. And I said to him, I said, think about all of the brands that you look at, that you follow. And then I said, think about Apple, because he mentioned something about Steve Jobs. And I was like, bro, think about Apple. When you look at all of their marketing, how many words do you think is on the screen? He goes, yeah, no, you're right. It's only a few. I said, exactly. Because they tell a story. Usually there's a video, there's a high quality picture, very little text. That's intentional. And I said to him, think about this. As you're talking to us, you also have the slide up. It's full of text. It's all bold. There's like 3 different colors going on. I'm like, that's a lot of information to process. It's kind of like when you're having a conversation with somebody and they speak with like monotone, they don't vary their voice, pitch, you know, energy, all that kind of stuff. Sometimes I can do that, I know. Or they speak in like a consistent pace. They don't slow down, they don't speed up, and they don't pause. So like, it's a lot for your brain to process. I see that's what you need to think about when it comes to presenting your information. Like, what is communication in essence? Send, receive, speak, listen, absorb, interpret, speak back. That's it in a nutshell. So I said, you want to simplify the idea. Like, what is the core message of this particular slide? And then only focus on that one thing. Don't have a wall of text. Don't do that. Anyway, I just got home. So I will see you later. Yo, so I just did an entire recording, and then I realized I had filmed it vertically, so I'm gonna have to scratch that and do it again. Basically, I was driving. I'm home now, like at my fiance's, just waiting for her. She should be arriving. Oh, actually, no, she won't be here. Well, maybe she'll be here in 10-20 minutes. It's 5:30. I'm tired, man. It's been a long day. So, yeah, I'm still in Auckland. I stayed back. Yeah, this morning I did a video for yesterday because I forgot. Actually, I need to make sure that the order... I'm kind of getting out of whack because there's been like 1 or 2 days now where it's like, shit, I forgot to upload a video. So I uploaded yesterday's video this morning. And I actually only recorded 2 things yesterday, so then I did a recording this morning to put on to the end of yesterday's video. Hopefully that makes sense. So today, what have I done today? Dropped the car off in the morning. We're having an issue with the rear door. It wasn't opening, so now it's opening. But the problem is now it doesn't lock. So the rest of the doors lock. This one doesn't, because the central locking doesn't work. So it wasn't opening before because the child lock was on, but now with the child lock on, whatever they did, now it just doesn't lock at all. So yeah, it's kind of screwed. It did pass the warrant, which was kind of the main thing that we were concerned about, but now bloody door doesn't lock. So yeah, that's a problem. And it's going to cost $400 second-hand, 3-month warranty, or $800 genuine part from Nissan. 50% deposit. Couple days to deliver. So we're not going to be back till Friday. They open Friday and Saturday. Oh. So I did that. Went home. Can't remember what I did. Did something for an hour. Got a phone call. Said it was ready. Said they fixed it. Got the door open. Passed the WAF. Couldn't replicate the squeaky sound. We've been hearing the squeaky sound since we've been driving in Hamilton. Turns out they couldn't find it. They did find something to do with, what did he say? Some kind of belt on the right side, driver's side. He said that's kind of, I forgot the words he used, but potentially a problem. Not for sure. And then what did I do? Yeah, I picked the car up. Oh, and then I stopped by. Actually, I had a phone call with a guy from LinkedIn, Māori guy who I've been kind of chatting to. I saw that he posted his website because he's gone into running a business himself too. And I was like, oh, I better call the bro because I'm in Auckland. Maybe we can catch up. And he was busy today, and he said maybe come through in the morning when we drive back. So maybe that happens. Don't know. After that, I went to BBM Manukau because I was hoping to catch up with Dave, but he wasn't actually there. So I think I told the story in yesterday's video, but if you haven't seen that, basically I drove, had a look, continued driving, and then I was like, no, I'm not going to go. And then I changed my mind and I ended up doing a U-turn. And then I parked in front of the cafe because there's a cafe now. I can't remember what it's called, BBM Cafe or something. And there was all these Māori people with BBM shirts on, kind of looking at me funny, bro, what are you up to? You gonna come in or what? Because my headlights were on, and I was just shy, man. Honestly, I was just shy. I was nervous. I don't know why. I just felt awkward. So I get up the courage, turn the car off, walk in, kind of looking around. One of the Māori ladies greets me, kia ora, morena, and grab some protein bars. And then I walk up to the counter, get ready to pay. And I'm like, this is going to sound really weird, but is Dave here? And she signals to one of the other ladies. She's like, oh, Corrine, where's Dave? And then I'm like, Corrine, because I just read the book. And I'm like, Corrine, Dave's wife, Corrine? And then they were kind of giggling or laughing or yeah, unless there's another Corrine that we need to know about. I was like, oh, hello, my name's, introduce myself. I'm like, I've been talking to your husband, kind of not talking, but messaging and whatnot. And we were going to catch up today. And she's like, oh, I think he's out west or something, I was like, oh, busy man, fair enough. And she's like, yeah, message him or something. And then she kind of disappeared, and then I paid and kind of said thank you. And she was minding her own business. I was like, thank you. And left. It was so awkward. I felt so awkward when I left. I was like, oh, I should have said this. I should have said this. Because it's I want to talk to him. I really want to talk to him about this whole mission that I'm on. Because after reading his book a second time, man, if you haven't read his book, No Excuses, it's phenomenal. Like the man is a real life hero, straight up. The work that he does, here it is. The work that he does is very inspirational. I'm up to page 200. I literally read all of this yesterday, 200 pages. It's not too bad to read. I don't know if you can see that. The font's pretty big, and it's got like a lot of these empty pages. See that on there? How it goes in between one chapter to the next. So even though that it says, what is it, 200, it's not actually 200 pages of text. It's probably more like, I don't know, 180. And it's not, yeah, it's pretty easy to read. But inspiring man, very inspiring story. And yeah, I was just like, man, there's so many things that he's doing that I want to do. There's so many ways that he approaches things and looks at things and thinks about things that kind of like resonates with how I think and respond. So like, for example, I remember somewhere in the book he was talking about how he sits in like conferences, or not conferences, in board meetings and stuff, and people are talking about finances and metrics and funding and all of this stuff, and he's like, you know, he kind of interrupts and's like, you guys haven't talked about people. You guys haven't said a single word about the people that we're trying to help. Like, how do you expect to be able to help the people when you don't even know what they're going through? You're talking about all this like rubbish. Like, he's just a straight up guy. He calls things out. You know, if you've seen him on TV lately, I think I saw an interview on Breakfast where there was a politician, I think it was it Stuart Nash? And they asked him a question, like, are you running for something? And he was dancing around the answer. And Dave just like, bro, just be honest, man. Like, on live TV, he's like, bro, just be honest. Like, why can't you just talk to us? Tell us. And then he's like skirting around. And then he's like, you can't take the politician out of him. Like, he's straight up. He challenges things. He believes in just doing and not waiting for bureaucracy, because there's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape involved in this stuff. So he's a very inspirational man. He's genuinely like a gift to the community. He does so much. And I wanna, he's a hero of mine. He's an icon for many of us, I would say. Yeah, I want his advice, because I want to do the same stuff he's doing, similar, in my own way. And I think people need to hear my story. So anyway, I am going to stop talking. It's been 10 minutes. I will see you later. Yo, it's 10:15. Just gonna drive to my parents. It's a bit late, admittedly. Probably should just go straight home and go to sleep. Where am I at? I've been all over the place, eh? I've literally been all over the place. I haven't been doing my journal. I haven't been keeping track of things. I've been slipping in the routine because we've been here, and I've had like some chaotic days. I had 3 tasks to do this morning, based on my post. I think it was, I forgot what it was, but in my business plan, that was one of them. It was like, find a mentor, find clients, work on the business plan. Have not found a mentor, have not found clients, started business plan. So yeah, business plan is quite detailed. There's a lot of stuff in there that I haven't I can't even think about doing. I don't even know how to do. The number one thing that I've been told is just to focus on finding clients, and then basically to like figure out the rest later. Oh, and then another thing that's been added to the list is to do a website, and that's kind of top priority. So, and then I'm like, wait, but I haven't done trademark, and I haven't figured out the registration part, and bro, it's a lot. It's actually a lot. So yeah, gonna go home. I don't even know how many push-ups I've done. I've done 2 sets, but I don't know how many I've actually done. I think I've done, if I did 50 in the morning, if I really do 50, and then in the afternoon I think I did 30. Don't actually know. Anyway, I'm getting a call. Yo, oh my gosh, just quickly, 10:15. You won't believe it. So you know how yesterday, if you watched yesterday, we did the laundry. We forgot the clothes in the dryer. So we went back and they were still there. A whole day later, untouched in the dryer. So for context, this place has, I don't know, 18 dryers, and most of the time they're never full. So yeah, it was funny. Somebody actually left their washing in the machine and they moved it to next door. So Mrs. was pretty stressed, so I was just like, what's the worst that can happen? Best that can happen, it's still there. And it was. Happy days. It was shocking, man. Yesterday was literally a blur. I forgot all about it. Anyway, I'm so tired. It's 10:15. I've got to go do my push-ups. I don't even know how many I need to do. I'm just going to aim for 50. And yeah, that should be alright. Anyway, signing out. See you tomorrow.